really hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Taylor. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Tyrod Taylor, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym, preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose. Down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. 2nd and 6. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Javonte Williams, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are back within a score. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone? An easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I say you should have.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall taking it in from 2 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off. Has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Try to go with a quicker guy and sometimes even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with a slot receiver. That's why they keep it.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation. The 2 too late. Because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the 1st half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Javonte Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Aubrey now for the point after. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing. There he goes left side. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
The finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Full connects on the extra.
Ace, money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. What a decision and what a run by Daniel Jones. And the Colts have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off, too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted-for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice game.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points.
Down into the red zone, and look to finish this off with 6.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Taylor. There's Hall bringing in another one. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Taylor will throw. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson from 8 yards out. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. Escapes the defender. Jonathan Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, 61 yards. And the Colts use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone. Protection he needs, and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Taylor. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Tyrod Taylor, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Jets have got it back to within a score.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Full connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll run again. Still fighting. Still going. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Colts are able to build on to their fourth-quarter lead. Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least 2 guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there. Guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield. That's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone. You know, all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of it.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 8 yards out. And the Ravens are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there. The defense there swarming to it and not allowing that to happen did not let him get downfield.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 42 yards. And the Ravens take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now Taylor to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. John Mechie from 10 yards out. And the Jets will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters. Second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Luke now for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
From the gun on third down, it's Taylor. He'll try and do this himself. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Tyrod Taylor, 14 yards. And the Jets have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Now first and goal. Here's Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. They got the dramatic score to tie the game here late fourth quarter. Now all eyes resting on the foot of one man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And your brother called me before the game. That's his guy in fantasy. He needs this one badly.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Here's a 2nd and 7. Now Taylor. Open man down the field. This is Mitchell. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
And no, they can't connect on the pass, so that gets the clock down to 11. Time for probably 2 more plays. Got to go quickly, though.
4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Irving will score. Touchdown, Buccaneers. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Cade Otton from 3 yards out. And the Bucs have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level. On the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Mayfield keeps it himself. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Bucs are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Mayfield. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Buccaneers take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think we were leading by a healthy margin already. It actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because
PlayStation